Welcome back to part 3 of our Southern Africa adventure. Make sure to watch parts 1 and 2 if you haven't already, because we pick right back up on day 8 as we begin the safari leg of our journey. We flew from Cape Town to Kruger National Park, and look at these beautiful plain views. It was around a 90-minute drive from the airport to our accommodation at the Sabi River Bush Lodge. We stayed in a log cabin that was super spacious, and had this amazing porch area to hang out and maybe spot some animals. We were doing a sunset game drive today, so we got to spend some time at the lodge this afternoon. We're at the Sabi River Bush Lodge and we're about to have lunch, and our drink for today is this appetizer, which is a really popular drink in South Africa. We're gonna try it. It's so good. It's basically apple juice and it's sparkling. Here's today's lunch. And then a couple hours later, we headed on our very first game drive at Kruger National Park. And soon enough, we had our very first wildlife spotting. It's kind of far away, but we saw a giraffe among the trees. Our next sighting was a lot closer. We saw this elephant, and for someone who's only ever seen animals at the zoo, it was really cool to see wildlife in the wild. These are kudu, an African antelope. Kruger National Park is huge, and the guides are awesome because they know exactly where to take you to get the best wildlife sightings. This pond was a popular spot, and we saw a hippo. Look how massive that hippo's bite is. The sunset was so pretty, but as it was getting darker, it was harder to spot animals. Still, we saw a couple more elephants, and this one had to take care of its business. As it got dark, it was super cold and windy on the open-air safari vehicle, so make sure to bring a jacket. We had a delicious dinner back at the lodge and headed to bed before our early start on day 9. Morning safaris can start as early as 5 o'clock a.m. I think ours started at around 5:30, but waking up early paid off as we saw this huge group of impala prancing through the grass and witnessed a beautiful sunrise. We also saw this hyena that looked oddly ethereal because of the lighting. But the coolest spotting of this early morning segment of our game drive was this Cape buffalo, one of the big 5. If you didn't know, the big 5 are the most iconic and sought-after safari animals, and we will be searching for them throughout this trip. The big 5 are the lion, leopard, rhinoceros, elephant, and Cape buffalo. We had some breakfast at one of the pavilions, and there were a bunch of monkeys in the trees trying to steal our food, and I'm not gonna lie, they were pretty successful. Here is a beautiful kudu, which we saw yesterday as well. Look at those spiraled horns. We added meerkats to our sightings checklist, which are so much cuter in real life, and then we saw this whole herd of elephants. Followed by a bunch of giraffes. It was definitely surreal seeing all these animals roaming freely in the wild. We saw lots and lots of monkeys, This Cape buffalo is resting in front of the prettiest view. This trip was during South Africa's winter, which is why you can see the vegetation isn't as green and lush, but that actually makes it easier to spot animals. We were surprised how many elephants we saw in the park, but it actually makes sense as there are around 30,000 elephants at Kruger. Whenever you see a huge buildup of cars and safari vehicles, you know one of the big five is nearby. And look at this awesome elephant crossing. We saw this grumpy lone bull elephant, which can actually be quite dangerous. And then we saw a lion. Well, kind of. In the very far distance, we saw a sleeping lioness. It's kind of hard to tell, but she's actually awake in this clip. I didn't check lions off the sightings list just yet because I know we'll have a better one. But I did check off zebras. We saw an elephant crossing earlier and now a huge buffalo crossing. There's that hyena we saw in the morning as we headed back to the lodge for another yummy dinner served Braai style. Another day, another 5:30 a.m. safari. Hopefully we see all of the big five today. We started off strong, checking rhinos, one of the big five, off the list. This was a super cool way to start the morning. We saw some more zebras, and the stripes and patterns are so cool to see in real life. There's our hyena friend again, and these baboons were cracking us up. Look how the baby baboon grabs onto its mother. We saw a couple of Pumbas from Lion King, and these two monkeys in a bit of a fight. These giraffes looked so majestic. We drove over to a lookout and it was really cool to see how vast this area really is. And then it was giraffes galore for a bit. We saw a bunch of different towers, which is actually what a group of giraffes are called. These are waterbuck. They're known for the white ring around their butt, as if they sat on a freshly painted toilet seat. If you're wondering why the landscape looks burnt and ashy here, it's because Kruger does controlled burns to maintain the ecosystem. And would you look at that, a zebra crossing. I'm honestly so jealous of the relaxed life hippos get to live here. And then we ran into this huge pileup of cars. You know what that means. All these cars were lined up for a lion spotting, and this time we got a much better view, so let's officially check lions off the sightings list. This was so cool. We also saw this huge herd of elephants and try to spot the baby elephants because they are so cute. We stopped for lunch at one of the park's restaurants and then saw a couple more animals to conclude our game drive. And we ended our day hanging out at the lodge before dinner. Day 11 did not start with an early morning safari because we were actually leaving Kruger and saying a momentary goodbye to game drives. Today we're doing the panorama route, and our first stop is Mac Falls. It's a short walk to this stunning 65-meter waterfall. There's also a great artisan market right outside. The weather started to turn on us as we headed to our next stop, God's Window. Since God's Window is a viewpoint, this was kind of concerning. As we walked through clouds, we kind of accepted that there would be no view at the top, but we still did enjoy the hike. And unfortunately, we were right. There was nothing but clouds at the viewpoint. But as we headed back down, our luck started to change and we got to enjoy some of the lower level viewpoints. Our next stop was another waterfall, Lisbon Falls. These waterfalls are surprisingly tall and fall into a beautiful, lush gorge. And like Mac Falls, you can also do some great artisanal shopping here. We headed to Bork's Luck Potholes next. That's a tongue twister. This is a really cool spot with natural pothole formations because of erosion. This place is named after a gold digger who thought there was gold in the area. The natural beauty of this place definitely exceeded my expectations. Our final stop of the panorama tour was 3 rendezvous. A rendezvous is a style of African hut, and these formations in the Blyde River Canyon kind of look like them. And with that, we begin the very long drive to Johannesburg. Along the way, we stopped at this little shopping area, and interestingly, there was a mini safari here. We checked into our accommodation for the night. Here's a little room tour. And had dinner at the hotel restaurant. That closes out the Kruger chapter of our trip, but it's not quite the end. Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Botswana await in part 4 to finish up our Southern Africa adventure. I'll see you there.